Chuck Fresh doing a remote with the new Samsung Super Ultra High Definition TV, the Quantum Dot technology. We got a 65-inch a couple of weeks ago. Beautiful picture. One little problem though. In this room, this is the only place the TV can go. And you can see what I'm seeing here. It's a beautiful reflection of my windows. And that's not a good thing. You can mount it on the wall and tip it down, get rid of some of that reflection. You can put curtains, room darkening curtains, but I really wished it was kind of more of a matte finish, but you can't do that with this particular TV for whatever reason. This is the fancy dancy new remote with the Smart Hub technology. And this is actually a button. It's not just a cleverly placed decal. It's actually a button that does things. So it's kind of important that you know that that's a button. So you fire it up, and honestly, it's not as bad once it's on. And it's got the Smart Hub technology, and it's actually pretty cool. This is, we've actually hooked up a Fire Stick to it because Fire Stick has Sling, and Sling's pretty neat. If you haven't checked into that, you can get live HD television on Sling for about 20 bucks a month, including ESPN, ESPN2, HGTV, Lifetime if you watch that kind of craziness, and CNN and some other stuff on there. Pretty neat. Worthwhile investing for if you don't have a cable TV or a satellite TV program like we don't. So we're totally smart TV. We've cut the cord except for our internet. So I'm going to go back to TV, and actually I've got an antenna hooked up to this thing, and it's very, very clean. This is a terrible picture on my iPhone here, but we'll get into the Smart Hub. And again, this is just plain old HD antenna hooked up in my wife's closet, and we just fed it through the wiring here. It's beautiful. This is the Smart Hub stuff here. And if you get to Netflix, they've got some, if you have the Netflix bumped up $12.99 program, you can see some free 4K stuff here. There's only I think four of them out here. There's some other stuff out here too. But you can actually sample some of the 4K programming. Let me try to get rid of some of this reflection so you can really see what this thing can do. But this is where it really shines in the 4K arena. It also upsamples 1080p programming very, very well. It's very clean, beautiful picture, very, very bright colors, and an incredibly high contrast ratio. Like I've only seen prior on a plasma TV or an OLED, but this is darn close, man. Beautiful picture. You can still see that reflection. Let me try to get out of the way. Ooh, that's even worse. So, and once 4K content becomes more and more prominent, you'll be able to see more beautiful pictures on there. They do have some other stuff like Breaking Bad and some other programming, but I tell you the truth, I really can't see much difference in the 4K programming as I can with HD, or for any programming for that matter, because it upsamples so well. It's very, very clean. It's a beautiful picture, colors and contrast, unlike anything I've ever seen in an LED before, and so far I think it's worth the investment. Now let me show you, if you're going to hook things up to this, if you're just doing smart TV and an antenna, you won't need any other connections. Otherwise, if you're doing any kind of HD input, there is no, and you can't see this here, there is no HDMI connection, not even one. You have to use Samsung's Breakout box. From what I've read on the reviews, a lot of people are having problems with these. And it's some kind of funky convoluted thing that plugs into here and wires down, and you can put it on the back of your stand or just store it somewhere else. But this was really clean. We could just do a wireless internet connection if we didn't have our cable TV connection plugged in here, or our antenna connection. And the power cord would be all set. That's pretty neat. Let me show you the Breakout box. It's down here. If I can find this bad boy tucked neatly into here. And this is the box here. And it's got 4 HDMI inputs and looks like a digital audio, and that thing breaks out. There's no power required for this guy, and you can see my Amazon Prime stick in here. So that's all there is, and that plugs into the back of this guy and gives you HDMI inputs in your TV. Something else that's really cool about these TV and the Samsung sound bars is they integrate with them wirelessly. So it's another cable you don't need to plug in. This particular one has a wireless subwoofer. So I could put that in anywhere in the room that has an AC outlet. There's no cabling necessary, just the power. So looking at the, let's look at the, so I'm going to hit that magical little button. I didn't know it was a button. And this will bring up my smart menu. The remote works pretty well from just about any direction. And that's pretty cool. And it's got a large selection of apps here. The only thing conspicuously missing is, unfortunately, Sling doesn't look like it's here. But you can look at their app store. It's kind of an app store. And the wireless connection, I'd say I'm about 20 to 25 feet away from my wireless router. And this thing is just fabulous. Picking up HD TV with no problem at all. Whether I'm using Vudu, Netflix, or any of these HD video sources. It just looks terrific. And again, there's a large selection of stuff in here. Pandora notably is here. Vudu, that's Walmart's video series we use a bunch to watch movies, I'm sorry. And there's even some games in here which I haven't tried because I think it's kind of ridiculous to play games on a smart TV, but you know, that might be your thing, who knows. And there's Twitter and Sirius and Facebook and some other stuff on here. Very nice collection, and it updates pretty quickly and relatively frequently. I think it's updated 2 or 3 times since we had it. And the updates don't take very long like they did in our old TVs. I believe this guy is a quad-core processor. Some of the newer ones and better models have an octa-core or 8-core processor. It makes it a little bit faster, but this thing wiggles through its apps pretty darn quick. You know, we don't seem to have a problem with response or anything on here. But so far, it's been a fabulous picture. Everybody who comes in here, I don't notice it anymore. I kind of got used to it, I suppose, over a couple of weeks. And people come in here and are like, wow, I've never seen a picture like that. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. But they're usually in here at night without the reflection. And that's the only time we watch TV anyway, because we have jobs because we have to pay for this TV. So that's my review on this Samsung SUHD. You can buy this at any big box store. We bought ours on Amazon.com, and it was delivered fairly quickly by a couple of guys who pulled it out and plugged it in for my wife. They carried it in, unboxed it, left the box here, and set up the remote to it, so that was pretty cool. I had no hang-ups, no problems with that at all. So it was a wonderful delivery service. And also, I believe Sam's Club sells this too. Prices are pretty similar. This particular model is about $2,900 at the time of this video, but of course they'll go down as production ramps up and they start bringing bigger ones out here. I wanted the 75-inch, but it was $5,000 to $10,000. I don't remember how much that was. It was a little bit out of my budget. So we'll pay this one off and then put this in the bedroom. And when the prices come down, maybe we'll get one for the bedroom too. And replace this with a 75 maybe. My name's Chuck Fresh. That's my review of the Samsung Super HD TV. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Yeah.